1 year ago, an Arizona man just disappeared during a vacation to Conchas Lake State Park, and today police are no closer to solving the mystery.
In fact, his family says state police gave up practically before they even started investigating. Here's 4 investigator Brittany Costello.
In summer, campers travel hours to the rocky shoreline of Conchas Lake. Last year, Daryl Johnson Sr. was among them.
It's just hard to go through life with him being gone.
Known as Bubba, Johnson rode more than 9 hours with friends from Phoenix. They planned to celebrate a birthday. Retired homicide sergeant Liz Thompson says it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
He was aware that it was a remote location.
Yeah.
They drove there. They got there in the middle of the day.
June 28, 2024. The same day this photo was taken of 67-year-old Bubba with his friends at his Conchas Lake campsite. The last photo taken before he vanished.
So when was the last time you saw Daryl?
I saw him last night, and then this morning my mom said she didn't know where he was, and that's it.
It was mid-morning, June 29th. When Bubba's friends called state police to say he wasn't in his tent.
Does he just walk off like this or what?
Well, we're from Arizona, so we're out of town.
The officer seems to draw a quick conclusion.
At this point, it sounds like he might have just wandered off and he's right out of here.
More than a dozen times, he says Bubba might have just walked off in the middle of the night.
I got a weird phone call from a New Mexico number, which was a state trooper, saying that my dad was missing.
That theory doesn't make sense.
Got here at 2:30. I went straight to that park because I wanted to see, in the dark, to see if my dad can walk out. I told her, no way.
To Bubba's son, or to at least one seasoned investigator.
There's no evidence that he walked away from Conchas Lake.
Liz Thompson is retired APD, now a private investigator.
Okay, well, why would a reasonable person be at Conchas Lake in the middle of the night and just walk off? There aren't a lot of good answers to that question.
She reviewed Bubba's case file.
There isn't anything nearby. Tucumcari and I-40 are about 40 miles away.
Bubba left his clothes behind, his borrowed sleeping bags, borrowed tent. Hours after he'd last been seen, his phone's GPS bounced off cell towers near the campsite.
It's hitting off the tower.
So then he must be in the area unless he dropped it.
That wasn't the only thing Johnson Jr. felt was strange.
And what did you notice when you got there?
That family wasn't there, that they left my dad out there.
The very next day?
Yep.
The police report says the woman Bubba went to visit was a friend of 40 years. Daryl says Bubba told him it was his girlfriend. She told us no way. She had a different boyfriend, and he was there the night Bubba disappeared.
It just felt like the investigators weren't really digging into what the red flags were in this case.
Johnson was out here with a party of more than 30 people, but police documented interviews with just 4 of them. The officer's lapel shows him going camp to camp.
Did you guys see a black dude walking last night?
We never see the officer show anyone a picture. One person told police a black man seemed drunk and asked for a flashlight around midnight, but police never collected that potential witness's information. And Bubba's family members told police that Bubba never drank or used drugs.
Well, you know what else can make a person sound intoxicated? If they're having some mental issues, they might be slurring their words. Some people with dementia lose parts of their speech.
Nothing seemed to make sense about the trip Johnson Jr. says his dad never told him about. He's the only one who has the keys to check on and feed Bubba's beloved dog Muffin, who he did not take on the trip. Daryl and his sister Jana say their dad hated the water.
That's what he always tells everybody. I don't want to go to that water. Godzilla's in there. I'm like,
hated camping too.
And the thing that was strange too, where his camp tent was at, was near the water. I just thought that was weird too. Why he wouldn't want to sleep next to water.
There was also a conflict, not mentioned in the missing persons report, between Bubba and his friend's boyfriend.
Dating this guy for like 13 years.
Okay.
He loves to drink. So anyways, I was like, you need to stop drinking. And then Bubba says, "Did he upset you?" I said, "No, he just needs to stop drinking." He's all right, because I wouldn't want him to upset you, you know. And then he might have got upset because I told him, you know, that, but...
There's no record of police ever questioning that man.
But the fact that there was some conflict the night he went missing.
Yes.
And we don't even have the name of the other person, and that person was never even interviewed.
So that is very concerning.
A year later, Bubba's grown children say the not knowing hurts.
Like how? Especially when like I cook or something. Just certain things sets me off.
Like the few answers from the friends who they say should have done more to find him.
Well, I done all I did. What do you mean? You done all you did. It's your responsibility to bring my dad back. You know, go find him and bring him back home.
With nowhere to turn, Bubba's friends, family, and grandkids are doing everything they can to try and convince state police to keep investigating.
Do you think even a year later, there's more that can be done on this case?
I do.
State police would not sit down for an interview. After our initial phone call, neither would the family who threw the party where Bubba disappeared. An accident? Something more? It's impossible to say.
We're gonna fight till we find him.
You're not giving up?
Nope.
Impossible for now. Brittany Costello, 4 Investigates.